Okay, thank you, Vinny. Welcome back, everyone, just west of a food forest. It is the middle of January. We are expecting a winter storm this afternoon, so Vinny and I are out for a last breath of fresh air, and I want to start documenting a couple of young trees that are doing really well despite the drought that we've been having in New Jersey. We bought this small property in January of 2022, and I spent that first year observing where was the sun, where was the water, where was the sand and the clay, and just sorting out what the best placements for things would be. And in very early spring of 2023, I planted 2 medlar trees, one here and one about 12 feet further up the slope. They're developing slowly. I put them in some shade of a mature maple tree so that in the summer they would not be getting direct sun in the afternoon. But that protective shade is also slowing their growth. It's all right. I'm not worried about it. I would rather have slow growing trees than burnt up trees. Medlar is a pretty and architectural tree. It has an interesting growth habit that makes it a beautiful addition to any landscape. Right away in 2023, they both put on a single flower each, and because wasps had come for the pollen and the nectar, I just let them be. But then when the fruit started developing, I took them off. That first year especially, because of the rain problems and because they were brand new and because of the wind we get here, I wanted the roots to really develop. This last year, 2024, they each produced 3 flowers each, and I left 1 fruit on each tree, which remain small but have now over-ripened, or what is called bledded, to a soft stage this week. Really perfect for picking and tasting. So let's get out of the cold and into the kitchen for a closer look. Okay, so here we are, and here's our little medlar. Medlar belongs to that large family of plants that contain roses, apples, and the medlar fruit looks kind of like a rose hip that's gone terribly wrong. Just an unassuming brown color. So far this year with the 2 that we had, birds and squirrels didn't pay any attention to them. I think they might take an interest when the trees get big enough for animals to live in. But then I would just need to figure out some way to cover the tree until they were ripe. The skin is very thick, leathery, and you're going to want it to be a little bit pulled away from the flesh. Helps you tell when it's ripe and when it gets a little bit wrinkly like this. You don't eat the skin, so you're going to want to just peel that away. It's very thick and leathery, so it's a little bit tricky to get into. Just be patient and careful. Inside, the flesh should be soft and sweetly fragrant. People have some difficulty describing the flavor. I think it's just a pretty typical plum flavor, so just a mild apple flavor. If you were just going to eat them as a snack, they're pretty easy to deal with. They have a very large seed, And the one that I ate the other day had these 5 seeds in it. So you can see, compared to the fruit, that those seeds are really, really big. Which I don't mind that these are big seeds. My job has been downsized, so I'm out of work after January. And so instead of buying more trees, I'm going to be working with seeds this year. And so we're going to get these guys in some soil in March and see what comes of them. The flesh itself is kind of pebbled in texture, like a pear. But as long as it's soft and sweet, that it really isn't objectionable. People usually take Medlar and make a jam or even a membrillo, like a fruit cheese. That would be a really good application. They have a lot of pectin in them, so you can end up using them to even thicken a jam from a fruit that you find a little bit more watery. But I really like them. So we're excited to have these as part of the winter fair on the property now. We're going to take good care of these little baby trees. If you'd like to follow these 2 trees and follow my seed project this year, make sure that you click the subscribe button and then poke it again and select all to get notifications. So here's the thing about Medlar. All things being equal, I would never pick the fruit off the tree to ripen it or bled it indoors. The tree does the job just fine. If squirrels and birds discover them, I'll think of ways to cover the trees after their leaves fall. But the simplicity of having perfectly ripe, fresh fruit in January, that system is not broken, and I'm not going to be fixing it. Yeah, these are really cool, and I was really happy to be able to share one with you. So yeah, if you like the video, go ahead and hit the like button. It's just the age of algorithms, and that's how Google knows what to do with my videos. And I will see you another time real soon.